Hello, and welcome to Cox Local Edition on CNN Headline News. My name's Jessica Carver with Cox Communications. Today we have a special guest with us from Fairfax County Public Schools, Dr. Jack Dale, Superintendent of Schools. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming in. So we've heard a lot in the news lately about bullying and, and how that's kind of become a prevalent concern. Can you talk about Fairfax County's steps to kind of prevent bullying?
Yeah, let me put the context. We have bullying across the nation. It occurs both emails, texting, and then also face-to-face kind of bullying. And one of the things we've been trying to do in Fairfax is prevent that or diminish that as much as possible. It's even become such an issue that just in the last week or so, the U.S. Department of Education has come out with a mailing to all of the school districts warning people about the effects of bullying and try to prevent those. So we have quite a few conflict resolution training for our kids and other kinds of programs where we try and teach kids how to have disagreements, but do it civilly, number one, but also recognize how important it is to treat one another with respect and dignity. That's part of our character education program that we've had for quite some time. We've seen a decrease in the amount of bullying. We do a survey with the county every year on different behaviors that kids and youth risk behavior survey. And what we find is that our bullying incidents, if you will, are going down, but they still are prevalent in the community. And so we want to try and get rid of those altogether.
So what else came up during that youth survey? Anything interesting on the topic of bullying?
Yeah, well, in the bullying side of things, we did see, as I mentioned, that's diminished. The other one that actually poses, it might even be a consequence of some of the bullying, is an increase in suicide thinking or thinking about suicide for kids and depression. And that is actually on the rise a little bit, in fact, across the nation as well as in Fairfax. And so what we have with our guidance counselors and psychologists and social workers is trying to figure out, not figuring out, but how to intervene with kids and talk about challenges that kids face. Don't bully, treat one another with respect, but it's also to get at the kind of positive self-image that you want to have our youth to have. It's a challenging time, when you're in high school age and trying to apply for colleges and that sort of thing. A lot of pressure, especially in Fairfax, for being successful. But we want to keep that at a tolerable level, if you will, for kids.
Right. So on another topic, you have a boundary study going on in the southwest area of the county. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Yeah, we're actually in about phase 2 of that. We had the first phase where we came out with the community with some options, and we asked the community to comment on those. And then we want to revise those options based on the community feedback and come out yet again with the kind of revised options, if you will, or sometimes they'll even result in a brand new option that hasn't even been considered because the community says, what about doing it this way or that way? And so we come out with another set of options for which then the school board will have conduct public hearings to allow people to comment on those. And then ultimately in January, February, the school board will make some decisions on the southwest boundary area. It affects about 23 or potentially 23 elementary schools because we have to move kids around to balance out our enrollment. We have some that are very overcrowded and some other schools for which we have plenty of space. So we might have to put some additions on some schools to help relieve some of that, but we're in the middle of that whole dialogue with the community right now. So.
Perfect. And tell us, how can our viewers, if they want to find out any more information about the public schools, where can they get that?
Well, that's on our website, www.fcps.edu, and then you can click on any of these things, whether it be bullying prevention, our news releases about that, some of the programs we're doing, or whether it's about the southwest boundary, or whether it's even getting into budget season. So any of those things are available for all of our viewers.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on Cox Local Edition on CNN Headline News. Remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you.